and today I will be broadcasting another Strat-O-Matic football playoff game. In this case, it's a championship game, actually, and it's the SOMSFA Football Championship. I'm not in this league, but I can tell you about the participants because I am in a couple of leagues with both of these gentlemen. Today, the championship of this, it's SOMSFA. I apologize. It's the SOMSFA League, which is part of the SOMSFA family. And today, we have NFL Ed at 13-3 facing Kurt Retzlaff, 10-6. And this is for all the marbles. It's a 24-team league. Again, it's part of the SOMSFA family of leagues. And we're going to go ahead and get started. As a matter of fact, they got started pretty quickly here, so I'm going to get my screen up and ready to go. So Ed is going to start out with the ball. And again, he finished with a record of 13-3, which I believe was second. I have to look it up here. I believe it was the second best record in the league. Nope, third. Third best record in the league at 13-3. There were 5 teams who had double-digit records, and Denver had 10 wins and 6 losses, and that is coached by Kurt Retzlaff. We are very early in this game, and we'll play a little bit of catch-up ball. Here comes a screen pass, this time going to Gore, and on a white die 6, no man in the zone, he picks up 30 yards. So immediately, Ed finds himself in Denver territory. 1st and 10, ball at the 32. Comes an off-tackle run, this time to Gore. He finds nothing this time. Frank Gore was a big part of the offense this season for Ed. He had 1,500 yards rushing. We'll look at some more stats as we go along here. That's Tyrod Taylor in the pistol. He's in a pro set formation. And on this play, he's going to be sacked. So that'll push him back 5 more yards and pretty much out of field goal range. So San Francisco early on a screen pass to Gore picks up 30, finds themselves in Broncos territory, but it looks like their drive is stalling here. We're just 3 minutes into the first quarter of this SOMSFA championship. Again, this is San Francisco. This is Ed, and this is Kurt Retzlaff with the Denver Broncos. That's Tyrod Taylor in the pistol. He's got Bruce Miller, fullback, San Francisco 49ers. A favorite of a lot of coaches for screen passes. Of course, he won't be now because he's not in the league. Here comes a short pass to Doug Baldwin, and the pass falls incomplete. So it looks like even though San Francisco got off to a rocking start with a 30-yard screen pass, their drive is going to stall, and they're going to come up empty. This is Pat McAfee. He's going to try to pin him deep, and he does not. The ball sails into the end zone, so Denver now will get their first possession. They are led by Andy Dalton, and Lamar Miller is their feature back. On the wings, they've got Alan Hearns, and they have Sammy Watkins, and that is Julius Thomas at tight end. We'll take a look at their line here in just a moment. Don't see very many deficiencies there. They're going to start out, put the ball in the hands of Lamar Miller. It's guessed wrong, and he's going to go straight up the gut, and he's going to pick up 35, and he's going to continue to roll all the way to the end zone, 65 yards on the first play of scrimmage. Sorry about that. I thought that was a 35. My friends, that was a 65. He rolls snake eyes, and snake eyes get you 6 in this league. And just like that, Denver on top, 7-0 over San Francisco. So a run guessed wrong, snake eyes on Lamar Miller's card at 65 yards, and he races to the end zone, and Denver has the lead in this SOMSFA championship game over San Francisco, 7-0. So let's see. if San Francisco can respond. Tyrod Taylor, once again. He's got Gore, and he has Bruce Miller on the wings. And here comes a screen pass to Gore. It's guessed right. And this pass is going to be intercepted. It's picked off. So the play is picked off by Manny Lawson. And Denver clearly is in business. So fireworks early in this game, 3 big plays. 2 long gains on a screen pass and a run and a pickoff deep in San Francisco territory. And now, wow, Denver has a chance to go up at least by 2 scores, certainly looking for a touchdown here. That first play was a 5-yard run. If you joined us late, Lamar Miller, on his first carry from scrimmage after San Francisco drove all the way into Denver territory, Lamar Miller raced 65 yards for a score, and that is another score. That is a quick pass to Ellison, and it's caught, and wow, Rhett Ellison on a screen pass from 12 yards. And suddenly Denver is up 14-0. So Kurt Retzlaff could not be more thrilled with this start. So Ed's going to have to regroup here. There's a screen pass to Gore, but it's 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. He threw into a zone with a linebacker 5 in the zone, and that play was made. And here comes a flare, this time to Bruce Miller. Denver is double teaming Gronkowski. The play is guessed correctly, and Miller will pick up 7 on this play, so that'll give him 3rd down and 4. So just to recap, San Francisco began the game, drove all the way to the Denver 38, but the drive stalled. Denver immediately answered with a Lamar Miller run for a score to give it a 7-0 lead. And then after an interception by Tyrod Taylor, 3 plays later, Denver marches in for another score, and they are up 14-0 in this SOMSFA championship. Tyrod Taylor picks up 5 on the play, and that will give San Francisco a 1st down, ball at their own 31. And there's a quick pass to Travis Benjamin that picks up 2. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here comes an inside run to Frank Gore. Defense guesses run, and he only is able to pick up 1. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. NFL Ed and his San Francisco 49ers are trailing Kurt Retzlaff 14-0 in this SOMSFA championship. San Francisco 13-3 during the regular season. Kurt Retzlaff 10-6. 3 wide set. Here comes a deep pass, to Travis Benjamin. There's nobody in the zone. It's on Tyrod Taylor's card, and the pass falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down. So Denver's going to get the ball back once again, already winning 14-0. And this is Marcus Murphy, who returns the ball to the 17. So Kurt and his Denver Broncos will take over at their own 17. Retzlaff, again, during the regular season, finished 10-6. Just to get to this championship, he had to slay the dragon. He defeated Dennis Crowley 27-14 in the semifinal game, and he is right now pressing all the right buttons. Dalton with a deep pass to Watkins. That's a 27-yard catch. And already Denver's at midfield. That's a 3-yard pickup on first down. Again, Lamar Miller. Needless to say, Lamar Miller off to a big start. 3 carries, 88 yards. Here comes the pitch to Lamar Miller. And it's Guest Strong, and Lamar Miller is off to the races once again, and he picks up another 29 yards and another first down for Denver, and immediately they're in field goal. Excuse me, they are in scoring range once again. So Denver, very, very hot start. Back to the well once again with Lamar Miller. He does not pick up any yards on first down. That'll bring up second down and 10. Ball at the San Francisco 24. Denver could not have asked for a better start. Kurt must be beside himself. Winning 14-0 in this SOMSFA championship. And here comes a quick pass to Lamar Miller. It is caught. That is a 7-yard pickup, and that brings up third down and 3. NFL Ed managed to get into this championship game by defeating the New York Giants 30-3 in their semifinal game. And once again, Lamar Miller races to the outside. The play is Guest Strong. He picks up 14 and another first down for Denver. They are once again knocking on the door. He has a 3 running back set that interestingly does not include Lamar Miller. It's Alfred Morris, Rhett Ellison, and Tim Hightower. And here comes a slant pass, to Blake Bell. It's a must-run call on Dalton's card, and he is brought down for no gain, which in essence is a sack. It was a nice call. It was Guest Strong. Oh, it was Guest Strike, excuse me. I must have missed that. I thought for sure he guessed run. Well, anyway, second down. We'll take a look at that later. Here comes an inside run. 2 linebackers in the zone. This is Morris. Morris races into the end zone, and Denver is up 20-0 over San Francisco. Terrific start for Kurt Retzlaff, pressing all the right buttons. He did take advantage of 1 turnover, but he's had some tremendous long gains early on in this contest, and he's up 3 scores. He could not be happier. So we lost animation on that play. That was a kickoff. The ball is now at the 22. Plenty of time, obviously. No reason to panic. Ed is very measured in his play calling. So let's see what he can do on this drive.
We're giving you the bottom line on our best lineup ever. Save big on America's best-selling SUV, America's best truck warranty, and introducing the brand new Rogue Sport, the agile addition to the Nissan Rogue family. It's a Nissan's bottom line model.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. Somebody's microphone is like really cranked up to ear cranking levels. So the game locked. I've got to jump back in here in just a moment.
Standing on my beautiful Nature's floor. Right now, you can save on your own Nature's floor. I'm so happy I'm gonna make the sun shine. Nature's Stone, the only concrete solution. Yeah.
If you look,
Is that better?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, that's quite all right.
Looks like this game isn't very close.
No, it got crazy early on. We got locked out here just a moment ago. There we go. Now we're back. Okay. So we'll pull the cards back up here and take a look and see where we are. Okay, so we're just getting ready to get to the close of the first quarter. Denver races out to a 21-0 start. Ed, with his San Francisco 49ers, find themselves close to midfield. Here comes an off-tackle run to Gore. And he will pick up 3 on the play, and he does make it to midfield. So now we are entering the second quarter of this SOMSFA championship game. San Francisco trailing Denver 21-0. They have the ball. Second and 7 from their own 50. Here comes another run off tackle to Gore. Picks up 2 on that play, and that'll be 3rd and 4. That's 3 on the play. 3rd and 4 for San Francisco. Tyrod Taylor once again in the backfield. He's in the pistol. He's split by Miller and Gore. Here comes an inside run to Gore, and it's guessed correctly. 1 linebacker in the zone, but he picks up 5 on the play and moves the chain. So Ed is moving downfield toward hopefully a score that will trim this lead. He's trailing 21-0 to Kurt Retzlaff and the 10-6 Denver Broncos, who defeated the undefeated Seattle Seahawks for the right to play in this title game. Here comes an off-tackle run, this time to Gore. Nothing doing on this play, a 2-yard loss. Wesley Woodyard, a 2-yard loss, picks him up in the backfield, stops the play. And here comes a crossing pattern, this time to Doug Baldwin. The defense has double-teamed Travis Benjamin. The play is guessed right. And Baldwin's able to haul this one in for 13 yards. And again, another first down. So San Francisco is moving this one down the field. They have made their way into Denver territory this close one other time, but the drive stalled. And when Denver took their first possession, Lamar Miller raced 65 yards for a score. And here comes a screen pass to Frank Gore. 1 man in zone. And he will pick up 5 on the play. No reason to panic for NFL Ed. He is a veteran Strat-O-Matic coach and an outstanding coach. And I'm sure he's got a plan. Another off-tackle run. Again, Gore, the workhorse. And this time he picks up 7. So another first down. He continues to move the ball downfield. He goes off that left side, strong left side with a 5 and a 6. Takes advantage. Here comes a slant pass to Gronkowski. This is his first target of the game, I believe. 4 men in the zone. Taylor's throw is incomplete. Wow, what a poor break there. It was guessed wrong, and the only reading that would have given Gronkowski an incomplete pass was that 7. It's pretty much maxed out on the short pass on wrong. Good call, just didn't work out. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the Denver 19. Kurt Retzlaff and his Broncos are up 21-0 over NFL Ed and his San Francisco 49ers. Here comes a quick end to Bruce Miller, and he will pick up 7 yards on this play, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 3 from the Broncos 12. .30 here in the second quarter in this SOMSFA championship game. Again, Taylor in the pistol. On his hip, Miller and Gore. Baldwin and Benjamin are his wideouts. Comes a button hook to Frank Gore. There's 2 in the zone, but it's guessed wrong. And that pass is going to be complete, and Gore is going to go into the end zone for a score. So NFL Ed and his San Francisco 49ers are on the board. And with this extra point, which is good, they are now trailing 21-7. So he spotted Kurt a 3-touchdown lead, courtesy of a crazy first quarter by Lamar Miller. and an interception deep in his zone that led to another score. So Morris and Miller have the rushing touchdowns. Dalton does have one throw for a score, and it's 21-7. So Retzlaff on his own 25, just under 10 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Here comes a run again to Lamar Miller, and he picks up 7. So far today, Lamar Miller, 7 carries, 138 yards. Wow. Amazing. Here comes Lamar Miller again, and this time he will pick up 5, and that is a first down. So an amazing performance by Lamar Miller. He and his Broncos are up in this SOMSFA title game, 21-7. Off-tackle run again to Lamar Miller, gets wrong, and it's another short gain, and this time he's going to pick up 12 more yards and another first down, and suddenly Denver finds themselves at midfield, 49-yard line. Lamar Miller, the thermometer keeps climbing and climbing, 155 yards, and we are just midway through the second quarter. Here comes a pass to Julius Thomas, and it picks up 3. And so that brings up second down and 7. That's Andy Dalton under center. He's a perfect 4 for 4 for 49 yards, and he has a score. Here's an off-tackle run to Lamar Miller. It's guessed right. Still, he picks up 4 yards. That brings up third down and 3 at the San Francisco 44. Now Hightower checks into the game with Rhett Ellison in front of him. Dalton under center. Here comes a quick pass, this time to Rhett Ellison, and Ellison hauls it in for 12 yards. Defense guessed run. Nice call by Retzlaff. And that's a first down. So Denver has the ball at the Niners 32, up 21-7, with 6:18 remaining in this SOMSFA championship. San Francisco received the opening kickoff, so Denver will get the ball to begin the third quarter. Alfred Morris is now checked into the game, and here comes a pitch to Alfred Morris, and he will pick up 5 on the play, second down and 5. For the Broncos, ball at the Niners 27. Lamar Miller is checked back in. Here comes a quick pass to Alfred Morris. Morris will pick up 5 on the play, and again, moves the chains. Dalton, perfect 6 for 6 so far for 66 yards. So again, Retzlaff is pushing all the right buttons. He's definitely in field goal range. Up 14 and looking for more. Off tackle run to Lamar Miller. This time he only picks up 3. So second down and 7. 4:30 here in the second quarter. Ball at the San Francisco 19. Here comes a button hook to Lamar Miller. Pass is guessed, and this pass is going to be, intercepted. It's picked off. It is picked off. And we have some very draggy animation. And that ball is taken to the 43-yard line. So, wow. So, turnabout is fair play. That pass is picked off by Brandon Williams for 25 yards. So the snake eyes and boxcar roll giveth, and the snake eyes and boxcar roll taketh away. This time he rolls a 12, and that turns into an interception. So that could be the break that San Francisco needed. Clearly, NFL Ed will take it. Denver was definitely driving for a score that would have extended this 21-7 lead, but now Ed has the ball back, and on that first run by Frank Gore of 14 yards, he now has the ball at his own, at the Denver 43-yard line. And here comes another run to the workhorse, Frank Gore. That's 15 more yards. He also is having a really solid first half. He is a Strat-O-Matic king, to say the least. 13 runs for 77 yards. I know the teams who have him seem to win more than the teams who don't. Here is a flare to Miller, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. It was guessed correctly by the defense. So Retzlaff would try to do anything here to at least hold this to 3, but at least he has the knowledge that he's going to go into the half, more likely than not, with a lead in this SOMSFA championship. Here comes a deep pass to Rob Gronkowski. There are no men in the zone, but this is going to be a dump-off pass, and this dump-off pass is going to pick up 20 yards. Oh, I'm sorry. It was to Travis Benjamin. I thought that was to Gronkowski. I'm sorry. That was a nice pass, 20 yards, but it was a white die 6 rule, so there was no man in the zone, and Benjamin winds up picking up 20 yards. And so now San Francisco very quickly has driven to the Broncos' 8-yard line. NFL would like nothing better than to cut this to 1 touchdown before the half. Denver's going to do their best to hold them to a field goal. On first down from the 8, there's 3 men in the zone. Defense is double teaming Bruce Miller. Here comes a short pass to Doug Baldwin. And that pass is going to be caught. Doug Baldwin scores. Touchdown. Touchdown, San Francisco. And they, after trailing 21-0, have cut this lead. Let's find out. Nope, he will cut it to 7. Absolutely. Cuts this lead to 7 yards. Tyrod Taylor with the touchdown strike to Doug Baldwin. And with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter of this SOMSFA championship, Kurt Retzlaff, 21, and NFL Ed San Francisco 49ers, 14. Denver now will have the ball. They have 2 minutes to go before half, and they will get the ball at the half. So let's see what he decides to do here from his own 20. He does have all 3 timeouts remaining. So Kurt and his Denver Broncos up 21-14, ball at their own 20. They're going to stay with the straight eye, and NFL Ed will counter with a 3-3-5. So Ed Barrow, Strat, veteran coach, no panic in that guy. Trailing 21-0. No worries here. I'm sure there's a big smile on his face. Now only down 21-14. Here comes a deep pass to Lamar Miller, but the pass falls incomplete. So Andy Dalton, even guessed wrong, was not able to hit on that strike. Doesn't have a very solid guessed wrong card for the long pass, effective everywhere else. Second down, minute 52. Here in the second quarter, certainly Retzlaff has to be happy with the chance to enter into half with a 21-14 lead, looking for more. But obviously you don't want to go backward here. He does need to get a first down. He doesn't want to give the ball back to Ed Barrow with a chance to tie before half. Here comes a pitch to Lamar Miller. There's no linebackers in the zone, but it only picks up a yard. And Ed will, more likely than not, call timeout here. Preserve some clock, see if he can get that ball back and keep this positive momentum going. I mean, he scored 2 touchdowns in a row. Actually, he decides not to call timeout, so third down. Let's the clock roll. 1:22 here in the second quarter. So a 4-wide set. A 4-wide set for Denver. So this means Marcus Wheaton is in there and Kamar Allen, along with Sammy Watkins and Alan Hearns. If you are joining us in this broadcast, this is the 2017 SOMSFA Championship. This is a spring Strat-O-Matic football league, and we are playing with the 2015 statistics. So here comes a hitch to Sammy Watkins, and this pass is going to fall incomplete. So Ed Barrow is going to get this ball back in pretty decent field position unless he crushes this punt. And he does not. It's just a normal punt of 44 yards. So with a good return here, let's see what the 49ers do with it. He does not get a return. It is a fair catch by Travis Benjamin. But Ed does have the ball at his own 35, and he does have all 3 timeouts remaining. So with a minute 7 to play here in the second quarter, he's going to try to see if there's anything he can do to get him another score before the half. Now, he will be kicking the ball at the end of this half, but you ask Ed, I think he would be thrilled with the chance to cut this thing before this half. Trailing 21-0, he's had 2 consecutive touchdowns that has put his team squarely back in the game. And he's been very conservative, too. He hasn't panicked, no crazy deep threats, no crazy blitzes or anything like that. He's just called his regular Ed Barrow game. So Kurt Retzlaff really has to buckle down here on defense. Here comes a inside run to Frank Gore, but there is a linebacker in the zone. It was guessed incorrectly. Gore will pick up 5, but it's in the middle of the field, so San Francisco will undoubtedly call. What do I know? Please stop saying undoubtedly, because what do I know? I've never played in a championship game. Ed decides not to call timeout here. Gore picks up 5. So 2nd down and 5, 45 seconds remaining on a running clock. And here comes an off-tackle run to Frank Gore. There is no linebackers in the zone, and he will pick up 11 on this play. And now he edges into Broncos territory. Now he'll call timeout. He said, "You let me call the game, Michael. I'm in this title game, not you." 37 seconds to go. Second quarter, SOMSFA Championship. Ed Barrow and his San Francisco 49ers trail Kurt Retzlaff and his Denver Broncos 21-14. And here comes a short pass, this time to fullback Bruce Miller. And I'm not sure exactly what happened there. That looked like a flat pass. Yep, it's a pressure. So that was a dump-off pass of 7 yards, and that time he flipped it to Frank Gore, who picks up 7. I don't think he was able to get out of bounds. He did not. So Ed will call another timeout. 2nd down and 3, ball at the 42, 30 seconds remaining. Ed has 1 timeout remaining. Pistol offense. Miller to the hip of Tyrod Taylor on the left. Gore on the hip on the right. Here comes a deep pass to Doug Baldwin. He's double teamed, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. Nice call by Kurt Retzlaff. And that will bring up 3rd and 3 from the 22. So Ed correctly guessed that the free safety was going to move. What he didn't know is that he would be guarding his intended receiver, Doug Baldwin. And here comes a curl pattern, this one to Travis Benjamin. And again, Retzlaff, 2 consecutive double teams in a row, and that pass is also going to fall incomplete. So Retzlaff is going to hold serve here before the half, and he is breathing a sigh of relief, I'm very sure, knowing full well that he's going to go to the half with the lead and the ball after this kickoff. So here's 4th and 3. Ed is going to go for it. So San Francisco, 4th and 3 on the Denver 42. Once again, the pistol formation. Gore and Miller in the backfield. We have Travis Benjamin and Doug Baldwin as the wideouts. Crossing pattern to Doug Baldwin. It is guessed correctly. There are only 3 in the zone, however. And this pass is going to be caught, and he will make his way to the sidelines, but he did not get out of bounds. And so Ed will have to call timeout. So Baldwin on 4th and 3, nicely done by Tyrod Taylor as they're able to convert, and they find themselves in field goal range. This is Dan Bailey. He's on to attempt a 42-yard field goal that will cut the lead to 4. And he's going to split the uprights with it. So Ed Barrow, trailing 21-0, has notched 17 unanswered points against the Denver Broncos, and in this SOMSFA championship game, he finds himself right in the thick of it, but he still trails the Denver Broncos 21-17. So we're going to have a little bit of a break, so that'll give us a chance here to review the statistics very, very quickly. Let's run through this really quickly. San Francisco opened up with the ball, and Frank Gore had the highlight of their drive for San Francisco. They drove into Denver territory, and they made their way all the way to the Broncos 32, I believe. One of the highlight plays was a screen pass to Frank Gore that picked up 30 yards, but the drive stalled, and after a coffin corner kick that bounced into the end zone. On the first play from scrimmage, Lamar Miller raced 80 yards. I've incorrectly said 65. He raced 80 yards on their first play from scrimmage to give Denver a 7-0 lead in this championship game. On San Francisco's next possession, Tyrod Taylor was picked off on a flat pass, and a few plays later, Andy Dalton found Rhett Ellison, fullback, for a 12-yard pass, giving Denver a 14-0 lead. San Francisco stalled on their next drive. Denver once again drove on the heels of a couple of big plays once again by Miller. And there was one deep pass in that third drive. Let's see who that was. I think it was the Sammy Watkins. That's right. It was a 27-yard catch. And that led to the third score. So as you can see, 21 unanswered points here in the first quarter for Denver. But Ed Barrow, again, a veteran of Strat, not going to panic. And so he inched his way back into the game. On the next drive for San Francisco, first drive of their second quarter, methodical drive down the field. 10 minutes to play. Frank Gore rolls in from 12 yards on a screen pass, 7-0. That's Tyrod Taylor. They were able to add another drive on an 8-yard, and it culminated in an 8-yard completion from Doug Baldwin from Tyrod Taylor once again. And just before the half, San Francisco's defense stiffened once again. They preserved their timeouts, made all the right calls. Dan Bailey finds himself in field goal range, 43-yard kick, and that's how we find ourselves at 21-17. I'm going to make sure the game hasn't locked here. Let's go back and see if we can take a look at a few more statistics before we get back into it. So Andy Dalton completed his first 6 passes, but he's missed on his last 3. 6 for 9, 66 yards. He hasn't really had to do much because of this gigantic number. 163 yards. That'll happen when you have an 80-yard run, but he's also mixed in several other big gains. So 12 carries for 163 yards for Lamar Miller, but not to be outdone, Frank Gore, slow and steady, 15 carries for 93 yards, the workhorse back for Ed Barrow. He was a workhorse throughout the season, and he's putting him to work here in the postseason. He also has 4 catches for 54 yards, so he's basically the offensive hero for the 49ers. Tyrod Taylor has 2 touchdown passes. He does have an interception. Andy Dalton has 1 touchdown pass, and he has 1 interception. So we're waiting for both teams to get back on the field, both coaches to get back into the saddle. And we're going to have to get back into the game because the game is stuck. So we'll jump right back in. So once again, while we're getting back in, Kurt Retzlaff and his Denver Broncos made their way to this title game courtesy of a victory over Dennis Crowley and his 16-0 Seattle Seahawks in the semifinal competition. And Ed Barrow winds up in the title game after defeating the New York Giants in their semifinal competition. So we'll put the card images back up. So that first play from scrimmage was a 1-yard gain for Andy Dalton on a must run. So the Broncos up 21-17 on second down. Dalton is sacked and a big loss of 10 yards on the play. And that sack was by Sean Smith. So that'll bring up 3rd and 19 for Denver. So NFL Ed looking really, really good right now. He's going to get the ball back unless Kurt Retzlaff can pull off a big 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 19. Here comes an off-tackle draw to Lamar Miller. He does pick up 9 yards on the play, but that is well short of the first down. And Denver will return the ball back to San Francisco. Here is a boomer 59-yard punt by John Ryan. This punt is going to be returned. He picked up at the 22 by Travis Benjamin, and Benjamin will pick up nothing on the play. So let's set the stage. San Francisco, 13-3 San Francisco in the SOMSFA regular season. Here is in this title matchup against 10-6 Denver Broncos. Both of these coaches are veterans. San Francisco, coached by Ed Barrow, longtime Strat coach. Kurt Retzlaff, longtime Strat coach for the Denver Broncos. Though I usually recognize him in other leagues with Arizona, but somebody must have taken that team name. So from the first play from scrimmage, here comes a flare pass to Bruce Miller. Nice call, but it's incomplete. Bruce Miller has a solid guessed wrong card. 4 flat passes, but this time he just happens to find an empty number. So it's 2nd down and 10. Tyrod Taylor is 11 of 19 for 127 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Here comes a deep pass to Doug Baldwin. It is guessed wrong, but the pass falls incomplete. So on Tyrod Taylor's card, there's a lot of spaces there. You almost want it to be guessed right so you can get that must run. As crazy as that sounds, he does not have a very good he does not have a very good wrong card for long passes, which sounds counterintuitive, I know, but when you have running quarterbacks, sometimes it's actually a benefit when it's guessed right. Here's 3rd down and 10. Here's a pass to Doug Baldwin. Denver is double teaming Rob Gronkowski, and that pass falls incomplete. So not exactly the start that San Francisco wanted either. So 3 and out for both clubs on their opening possessions here in the second quarter. So San Francisco will return the ball. Here comes a 48-yard kick by McAfee. This ball will be returned by Marcus Murphy. And Murphy will pick up 9. Only 1 turnover for each club in this game, and both have led to scores. The Broncos are winning 21-17 over San Francisco here in the SOMSFA championship game. So quick possessions. Only 3 minutes have elapsed here in the second half. Here comes a off-tackle run to Lamar Miller, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And that is Brandon Williams, the nose tackle. 6th-rated Brandon Williams. He stops him right at the line of scrimmage, so 2nd down. Ball at the Denver 40. Denver leading 21-17. And here comes a short pass. This one to Rhett Ellison, and that pass falls incomplete. And that play was defended by Mark Barron, linebacker Mark Barron from the Rams. So once again, this is the 2017 championship, spring championship. We are using 2015 cards. And of course, the Strat-O-Matic community is giddy right now because the ratings guide was just released. And that means the cards are coming very quickly. And the Gmails were flying back and forth throughout every league as trades took place in a lot of leagues. So it's a very exciting time with the draft coming up just here a few weeks away. So on third down, Kamir Allen made a catch, but it only was for 7 yards, so Denver has to give the ball back. Denver decides to kick it away from midfield, and they will give the ball back to San Francisco as a punt out of bounds. And San Francisco will take over at their own 25. San Francisco running the same standard offensive formation they have for nearly the entire game. Here comes a slant pass to Gronkowski. He's been very, very quiet in this game. Play is guessed wrong, so Gronkowski this time is going to pick up 15 yards. And that's a first down. In fact, that is Gronkowski's first catch. Tyrod Taylor, 12 for 22 for 142 yards. Here comes another pass. This one to Gore. Pass was guessed correctly, but they thought it was, excuse me, this is going to Baldwin. The defense double team Gore. The pass does fall incomplete no matter what. Second down. So as you can see, Tyrod Taylor's card, must run, must run, must run. He's a pretty good running quarterback. So when that play is guessed right, all is not lost. Here comes an end run to Tyrod Taylor. It's guessed incorrectly. But it's on the defensive card, which is not what you want, but he still picks up 7 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd and 3. There were no linebackers in the zone, so a nice pickup for Tyrod Taylor. And this is a very manageable third down for San Francisco. Ball at their own 47, 8:42 in the third quarter. Here comes an off-tackle run. It's guessed wrong. Frank Gore. And Frank Gore is going to pick up 4 yards and a first down for San Francisco as they cross into Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Frank Gore now 16 carries, 97 yards. Steady performance today for Frank Gore, the former Miami Hurricane. Here comes another inside run, this time again to Frank Gore. And he's going to pick up 7 on this play. So Gore crosses the 100-yard threshold, 104 yards on the day. And it's 2nd and 3 for the Niners. Tyrod Taylor looking for Bruce Miller. The pass play is guessed correctly, but the defense double teams Travis Benjamin. So the pass goes to Miller. Miller is able to haul it in. He picks up 7 yards on the play. So first down and 10. Ball at the 35 for San Francisco, trailing 21-17 in the SOMSFA championship match. NFL Ed, San Francisco 49ers, Kurt Retzlaff's Denver Broncos. And here comes a curl pass to Travis Benjamin. Again, another 7 yards. So flat pass, flat pass, flat pass for Tyrod Taylor. He's starting to warm up. 2nd down and 3. Pro set offense. Tyrod Taylor in the pistol. And here comes a deep pass to Travis Benjamin. It is guessed incorrectly, but there is one man in the zone. And this pass is going to fall incomplete. It was an interception chance. Not much of a chance, but still an interception chance. So the pass falls incomplete. 3rd down. Ball at the 28-yard line. This is a big play here in the third quarter. Is San Francisco able to extend this drive? Do they have to settle for a field goal? Is this 4-down territory? So this is a big play. Here comes a curl pass to Travis Benjamin. It is guessed incorrectly. There are 4 men in the zone. And let's see if Benjamin can haul this in. He does. 13-yard catch. First down, San Francisco. So on those plays where they're guessed, again, it's counterintuitive. Once again, if it's guessed wrong, he doesn't have the best short pass card. Guessed wrong. We're talking about Tyrod Taylor, but when it's on the defensive card and it's guessed wrong, even with 4 men in the zone, you got a quality receiver like Travis Benjamin who's able to make that play and move the chains. So 1st and 10, ball at the 15. Back to the old standby. Frank Gore, the plow horse, picks up 7 yards. Moving the ball to the Denver 8. So now the flat pass is out. They have a 3 running back offense in now, and that is Antonio Andrews, who's checked into the game for the first time. With 1 wide out, that would be Doug Baldwin. And again, the very dangerous Rob Gronkowski. So there's a lot of options here. Kurt's going to have to be on top of his game. Here comes an off-tackle run to Andrews, and nice call by Retzlaff. He gets it correctly, and if it's on Andrews' card, well, he's able to pick up 2 on the play, so that was a good roll. In most cases, you would have thought that would have been stopped for no gain, maybe even a loss of a yard, but in this case, he does pick up 2, so that brings up 3rd and 1. He stays with the 3-headed monster. That would be Bruce Miller, Frank Gore, and Antonio Andrews in the backfield. Tyrod Taylor, also a running threat. You really can't key on anybody here. No choice but to call run, and I'm sure that's what Ed is going to do. Here comes an inside run to Gore. There are 2 men in that linebuck zone, but he's able to pick up 4 yards, burst through the line. Frank Gore makes his way all the way to the 2-yard line. So San Francisco is on the doorstep of a comeback in which they were trailing Denver 21-0. So Retzlaff is trying to do everything he can to keep the Niners out of the end zone. But it's looking pretty positive here. So on this first play from scrimmage, ball at the 2. Here the pass is going to, nice call, touchdown. Great call to Rob Gronkowski, who has seen very little action in this game. 2 catches for 17 yards. But a nice call by Ed. And though there were 4 men in the zone, the play was guessed wrong. The play was on Gronkowski's card, and he hauls it in. And San Francisco, for the first time in this contest, has taken the lead 24 consecutive points. They now are leading 24-21 over the Denver Broncos. The winner of this contest will hoist the SOMSFA trophy. And we are now wrapping up all of our spring leagues in preparation for drafts and the fall leagues to come with the release of the new cards here, which should be very quickly. And the ratings disc was just released, and we will see the electronic game here very, very soon. So come September, we'll be starting the process anew, but we are wringing out every last drop that we can from the 2015 cards. So on that first play from scrimmage, Lamar Miller runs but does not pick up any yards. And on his second play from scrimmage, he picks up only 2. Obviously, it would be crazy to think that he would keep up the pace that he had in the first quarter. But he has pretty much been held in check here in the third. I think Denver would just like to get a first down here just to get some momentum. They've been stymied on 2 of their drives here in the third quarter. And this is the 3rd down pass, but it's going to fall incomplete. So Dalton does not connect with Sammy Watkins. So once again, Denver is not able to maintain control of the ball for very long, and they're going to be returning the ball back to San Francisco. This is John Ryan. He crushes a 54-yard kick. Let's see who the return man is. It's Travis Benjamin. This one is in the field of play. It is returnable, and Benjamin will take this one back, and it's a nice return of 18 yards. So good field position for the Niners. Trailing 21-0 in this competition, have put 24 straight on the board. They now lead Denver 24-21 with 1:30 to play here in the third quarter. Pro set, Tyrod Taylor in the pistol. Here comes the run. This is Frank Gore. It's guessed incorrectly, but there's one linebacker in the zone. It's on the defensive card. And Gore is slapped right to the backfield, a loss of 1 yard. Wesley Woodyard, who early on had, I believe he's the one who had the interception early in the game. He is. Wesley Woodyard had the interception early in the game for Denver that led to a score that put the Broncos on top 14-0. But that seems like ancient history now that the Niners are ahead. Here comes a bomb to Baldwin. Tyrod Taylor has to check down, and he does, and successfully does, and he finds Travis Benjamin for a 16-yard catch, and that'll be a first down for the Niners as once again they find themselves in Broncos territory. And here comes a deep pass. There's nobody in the zone. But again, this is another check down pass, and this is a pickup of 11 this time as he finds Travis Benjamin once again for 11 yards. So Benjamin, 4 catches, 60 yards. Tyrod Taylor with 18 completions out of 30 attempts for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns. So the Niners have it at the 32-yard line of the Denver Broncos as we open up the fourth quarter. And there's a deep pass, and it's completed. So Tyrod Taylor finds Doug Baldwin, TJ Ward unable to make the play, and San Francisco is at the Broncos' 3-yard line just like that. Oh, but a nice play there. So on first down, they throw for Rob Gronkowski, but Taylor is sacked by Deonta Hightower. So finally, Denver catches a break. Maybe they're going to slow down this train that is the San Francisco 49ers. All the positive momentum that was in the first quarter that belonged to Denver has belonged to the Niners here in the second and third, and it certainly looks that way in the fourth. So on this off-tackle run by Frank Gore, he is able to pick up 3, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8. And this is a big moment in the game. So 3rd down and 8. For San Francisco, they're up 24-21. Retzlaff will just about do anything right now to hold the Niners to a field goal to keep it to 1 score. Needless to say, this is a big moment in this game. Again, the same formation we've seen throughout. This is the pro set with Gore and Miller, Benjamin, Baldwin, and Gronkowski. So lots of targets here. And here comes a short pass to Frank Gore. Again, there's 5 targets for this team, and he's going to look for Frank Gore, and Gore is going to haul this one in for a touchdown. Wow, what a play. Tyrod Taylor has thrown his 4th touchdown of this contest, and this one goes to clearly the star on the ground, at least, Frank Gore, as he picks it off from 12 yards out, and San Francisco has answered Denver's 21 points with 31 consecutive points of their own, and they now have taken a 10-point lead in this SOMSFA title game. Again, plenty of time remaining in this, 13 minutes to go for Denver. So lots of time. So Kurt is going to try to put together a drive, but just about as importantly is just to put together a couple first downs, which unfortunately he has not been able to do. Completely owned the first quarter of this contest, but here lately it's been very tough sledding for Denver. So they're going to try to get back on track. They have the ball at their own 20, 1st and 10, trailing 31-21 with 13 minutes to go in this SOMSFA title game. So Andy Dalton under center. Here comes a down and out to Lamar Miller. It is guessed correctly, and Lamar does not make the catch. So the pass falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So Ed had 4 in the zone. He had it guessed correctly. And on Lamar's card, that doesn't give you much of a shot for a catch. So second down. So now Retzlaff comes out 4 wide. We've seen this formation a couple times in this game. Barrow answers 3-2-6. And here comes a crossing pattern to Wheaton. There's 4 in the zone, and the pass is caught. So Marcus Wheaton with his first catch of the game. That's a 13-yard reception. And so Denver is able to move the chain. So they need some momentum. That's a good start. Plenty of time left here in the fourth quarter, 12 minutes. Denver trails by 10. And here's the pass that's guessed wrong. Bad break. Dalton's pass to Watkins falls incomplete. Defense gets run on that play, but the pass falls incomplete. Bad break. Watkins doesn't have a maxed out card, but it's pretty daggone close. But it's a great looking card too. Look at the long gain and the 53. So I think Ed even is thinking, whew, dodged a bullet there. Here's a quick slant to Joyous Thomas, and that pass also is going to fall incomplete. So Andy Dalton scuffling here a little bit, 9 of 17, only 88 yards. But again, those numbers are a little deceiving. He really didn't have to throw very much in the first quarters. It was pretty much the Lamar Miller show. Lamar is inching closer to 200 yards, but that's going to be more and more difficult as Denver's probably going to have to be thinking throw it, throw it, throw it for the rest of the game. More often than not, at least. And especially on this play now. It's 3rd and 10, ball at their 33. Again, the 4 wide set. He has 4 solid receivers, so I could see him doing that. And here comes a screen pass to Lamar Miller. There is a man in the zone, and the pass falls incomplete. Wow. A white dive 4. Anything else that's a short gain, and it would have been a first down. So kind of a bad break for Retzlaff. And it looks like he's going to go for it. Well, let's see if he's serious about this. So he's in the pro set offense. It appears he's going to go for it. No. Okay, good. All right, he did take that back. He did call a timeout and thought twice about it, so he will punt it. I'm sure he understands that San Francisco's off to a hot start, but Denver was able to stymie them in the first quarter big time. Maybe he can catch that momentum. Travis Benjamin, look at that return, 22 yards. He's had 2 big returns here in the second half. And San Francisco, again, has good field position. Ball at the 45. Retzlaff has to be looking for some 3-and-outs here really soon. He's got to get this ball back. Can't really afford anything more than a field goal at this point, but it's really more about the clock than it is just about as much as, well, it's about both. It's the clock and the score at this point. So here comes an off-tackle run to Frank Gore. There's that man again, Gore. Chunks 5 on that play, 2nd down and 5, as they have now once again made their way to midfield. San Francisco has made a living these last 3 quarters in Broncos territory, and they've made the most of it. Another off-tackle run, this time guessed right, and on Gore's card, he is going to pick up, oh, no, he's dropped in the backfield, 2-yard loss. So nice call by Retzlaff, very good call. Now he needs to make another one on this play, see if he can get this ball back. 3rd down and 7. Ball at the San Francisco 48. Ed Barrow and his San Francisco 49ers are 10 minutes away from the SOMSFA crown. So they don't have restrictive rules on defensive positioning here as Denver comes out in the 3-3-5. Same pistol formation as always. Blocking back, halfback. Pretty much the pro set. And here comes a deep pass to Benjamin. He's not double teamed and there's nobody in the zone, but the play is guessed right. But the pass to Travis Benjamin will fall incomplete. Oh, and there was opportunity on that card, too. Wow, there was opportunity on that card. But the pass falls incomplete, so Retzlaff completes his mission. And he gets the Niners off the field relatively quickly. McAfee's kick is going to travel 50 yards. He decided to coffin kick, and it's going to get to the 12. So, nicely done by the Niners and Ed Barrow. Denver will take possession very deep in their own territory. Ball at their own 12. 9 minutes remaining. Denver knows what they must do. There is plenty of time. No reason to throw deep, deep, deep. There's time for a sustained drive, but this drive has to end in points. And on the first play from scrimmage, here comes a deep pass to Sammy Watkins, and that pass falls incomplete. It was guessed correctly, and there was one man in the zone. So second down. Pro set for Denver and Retzlaff. That's Miller in the backfield. Dalton has gone ice cold here in the second. He's 9 of 19 for only 88 yards. Here comes Lamar Miller. And the magic in the first quarter clearly is gone. Miller only picks up 1 on that play, and that'll bring up third down. Lamar had a tremendous first half. As you can see, 16 carries for 173 yards, but he's been very quiet here in the second, as has the Denver offense. San Francisco's defense has been outstanding. So third down and 9. Ball at their own 13. Might be a little too early to talk about must conversions here, but time is ticking. Denver chooses to stay in the I formation. They had some success with that 4-wide set, but this time they choose to stay in the pro set, the I formation. That's Rhett Ellison, the blocking back in front of Lamar Miller. Here comes a draw to Lamar Miller. It is guessed pass. There are no linebackers in the zone. And that play is going to pick up 4 yards. So 4th and 5. And they are going to go for it. So 4th and 5, and in essence, this is the ball game. So Denver has decided it's do or die with the ball at their own 17, 4th and 5. And a little bit more than 7.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. They're going to go with a 3-wide set this time. San Francisco counters with a 3-3-5. That's Lamar Miller with Andy Dalton in the backfield. Dalton is in the shotgun. So let's see if Ed's going to choose to double team someone, or he's going to send some heat. And here comes a square in to Allen Hurns, and he's going to pick up the first down. So that'll be 14 yards. So he got that nice 3 on Andy Dalton's card. Guessed right. That's a short gain. So he doesn't matter how he got it. He just moves the chain. So, Kurt has to be pleased that he can continue this drive on a dangerous call from his deep in his own territory on a 4th and 5. So he's able to move the chains. Ball at the 31. Let's see if he can capitalize. I formation. Play is guessed wrong. Lamar Miller will pick up 6 on the play. So second down. 6:36 remaining. Still lots of time here in the fourth quarter, but this drive has to culminate in a score, certainly a touchdown if possible. That would be most good. Second down and 4, ball to Denver 37. Broncos trailing 31-21 in this SOMSFA championship game. Here comes an off-tackle run to Lamar Miller, and he's able to pick up 8 yards, so that will move the chains once again. Ball at the Denver 45, first down and 10, 6 minutes remaining. Lamar Miller, 191 yards on 19 carries. A performance for the Strat-O-Matic ages, but if they fall short, it's just going to be a footnote. And here comes a slant to Julius Thomas. It is guessed correct, and that pass is going to be incomplete. So he got I believe that was a dump off pass. I'm pretty sure. Yep, that was a pressure pass, but the pass falls incomplete. It was intended for Sammy Watkins, who interestingly does not have a very good flat pass guess strong card. That's surprising. So 2nd down and 10. Again, I formation, Lamar Miller. Andy Dalton under center. Here comes a pitch to Lamar Miller. There's no linebackers in the zone, but he's only able to manage 3 yards on that carry. So again, 3rd down and 7. 5 and change to play in this SOMSFA championship. The Broncos with the ball trailing 31-21 to the San Francisco 49ers. The winner will raise the crown for 2017, the flag, if you will, for the SOMSFA championship. I don't know, maybe these guys make banners or T-shirts. I'm not in this league, but I know all the guys in this league, and I know how important it is to them to win a championship. So here comes that 4-wide set that he's used often in this game. Let's see if he can capitalize on it. Lamar Miller now is fatigued, so we'll see how many more carries he's going to be able to grind out of him. Certainly he's going to be punished if he does. A little bit of a delay here in the play call. Here comes a crossing pattern. It is guessed correctly to Hearns, and the pass is going to fall incomplete. So once again, Denver's going to have to convert on a 4th down. Where this game could be over. So Retzlaff puts his thinking cap on. He puts the 4-wide set out one more time. Andy Dalton scuffling, 10 for 22, only 102 yards. He does have a touchdown. He does have an interception. So here comes a pass to Kamar Allen. And Kamar Allen, oh, he makes the play. Wow, clutch play. Andy Dalton with the throw. Kamar Allen with an 11-yard catch. And again, we move the chains to the 2nd successful 4th down conversion on this drive, on this do-or-die drive for Kurt Retzlaff. So the ball is at the San Francisco 41-yard line, 1st and 10. So there's 4 minutes remaining in this game. He's trailing by 10. So again, the 4-wide set. Here comes a fly. This is the Sammy Watkins, but it's going to be a dump pass, and this one will pick up 6. And that pass goes to Allen Hearns. I'll bring up 2nd and 4. Ball at the 35. 3:36 remaining in this SOMSFA championship. Tim Hightower's checked into the game. Again, the I formation. Let's see if Ed moves around that safety for a double team. I don't think we'll see too many run calls with this time ticking. And here comes a button hook pass, this time to Hightower. And that pass is going to be completed. So a pickup of 14 yards. 1st down and 10, ball at the San Francisco 21. So this is the first extended drive that could lead to a score for Denver in the entire 2nd half. In fact, it's been since the 1st quarter since they put any points on the board. So San Francisco has done a masterful job of controlling the Broncos. Lamar Miller on a pitch, he picks up 4. I don't think he was able to get out of bounds. And let's see if Kurt decides to call timeout as a result. He does not. So the clock continues to roll. As you can see, he had 5 on that card. And interestingly enough, had he gotten 5 on the play, Lamar Miller would have made it to the 200-yard mark, but because he is fatigued, he lost a yard on that carry, so he will sit at 198 yards. I'm sorry, I thought that was 199. So he is at 198 yards. So that wouldn't have gotten him to 200 anyway, right? So 2nd down and 6, ball at the 17. And here comes an off-tackle run. That's an interesting call, and that picks up 2. Obviously, it was called wrong, but unfortunately, it fell on the defense's card. He is able to pick up 4 on the play. I'm sure he was hoping for more. There was a linebacker in the zone. He was glad to probably pick up that 4. So now he's deciding whether or not to call timeout here or let it go to the 2-minute warning. Maybe he'll take that timeout and preserve the clock. Just a little bit of that clock. And he did. So he will get one more play here before the 2-minute warning. So 3rd down and 2. So it's looking pretty clear here that we're going to get a score here pretty soon, unless he decides to go for 7 and doesn't get it. I guess there's a lot of different ways here. Some people do the math and think, let's just go ahead and kick 3, and that'll put us down a score and hope we can get the onside kick because he doesn't have a really one timeout left. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to try to throw for the end zone here. So 3rd down and 2. Again, the I formation, that's Timmy Hightower. In the backfield, that's Watkins and Julius Thomas. And here comes a crossing pattern to Ellison. And that pass is going to be caught. That's actually a dump-off pass. And it's a touchdown. So Dalton is flushed from the pocket. He finds Timmy Hightower, and he gets a short gain call and 20 yards. But he didn't need that. He only needed 13. So Denver has now cut this lead to 3 with 2 minutes remaining. So here we are for the big onside kick. And Denver recovers. Denver recovers the onside kick. Denver recovers the onside kick. And it looks like Dan Carpenter, the kicker. Is that correct? Could that possibly be right? It says Dan Carpenter returns the ball for 0 yards, so it looks like the kicker is the one who wound up with the recovery, and they have the ball at the 50. So the Broncos have a chance. Have a chance. Who knew they would find themselves in this position? And there's a pass to Sammy Watkins. He is tackled inside the field of play, so it was an 11-yard play no matter what. So Kurt Retzlaff must be jumping for joy at this point as he finds himself with the ball, down 3. Unbelievable turn of events here. He decides to preserve the clock. The pass was caught in the field of play. Watkins was caught after an 11-yard catch. And he decides to roll with it and not call timeout. So 1st and 10, ball at the 39. That's Lamar Miller in the backfield. Julius Thomas. Here comes the pass to Julius Thomas. And Thomas is able to haul it in. Let's see if he can get out of bounds. He does. Thomas gets out of bounds. 7-yard pickup. Ball at the San Francisco 32. So they are now in field goal range. Now in field goal range. What an unbelievable turn of events. Unbelievable turn of events. An outstanding game. Outstanding game. Again, this is the SOMSFA title matchup. There's a run to Timmy Hightower. He will pick up a 1st down. Ball at the 29. And they are in business. They certainly are in field goal range now. Will they call timeout here? Waiting for the decision, waiting. This is the SOMSFA title game. Just to recap, this is the Denver Broncos, who entered 10-6 from the regular season, coached by Kurt Retzlaff. They are facing off with the San Francisco 49ers, coached by longtime Strat veteran Ed Barrow, commissioner of many leagues and a coach for a lot more. He's in this title game. Kurt's in this title game. Both of these are Strat veteran coaches. Ed Barrow's team was 13-3. For the right to get into this game, they defeated the New York Giants. For the right for the Denver Broncos to get into this game, they defeated the 16-0 Seattle Seahawks. Denver launched out to a gigantically humongous start, 21-0 in this game. San Francisco has put the last 31 points on the board, but through an unlikely turn of events, Denver finds themselves with the opportunity to tie this game late. That was another dump-off pass, and that was another catch by Hightower, who has 3 receptions for 37 yards. He had the tying score that made this game 31-28 just a moment ago, and then following a successful onside kick, Denver is now at the San Francisco 19-yard line with 52 seconds remaining. Denver also has a timeout, so they might not be thinking at all. Oh, wow. Oh, gosh, what a break. My goodness gracious. A flat pass with a 2-12 interception rate, and it came up 11. So thump, 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 thump. Be still my beating heart. So Retzlaff certainly is in range to tie this game and send this SOMSFA championship game to overtime. Here comes a pass to Allen Hurns. It's guessed correctly, and that's an 11-yard gain. The ball is at the San Francisco 8 with 37 seconds remaining. A first down for the Broncos. San Francisco does have all 3 of their timeouts, but I think at this point it's academic. Ed Barrow's not worried about timeouts at this point. He's worried about stopping momentum. Three men in the backfield. That's Alfred Morris. That's Red Ellison, and that is Tim Hightower in the backfield. You have Sammy Watkins split to the right. You have Julius Thomas, the tight end. Decent run blocking up front. Let's see if he decides to throw this pass here. 37 seconds remaining. He has a timeout left, so he has the ability to stop the clock, so at least one of these could be runs. Denver raced out to a 21-0 lead. Watched 31 points get on the board, and now have scored 7 points and are looking to tie this score. Timmy Hightower with a 6-yard run. And that'll put the ball at the San Francisco 2. So after watching 31 consecutive points go on the board, Kurt Retzlaff didn't lose hope. He added 7 points here at the end. And with the successful onside kick, he is definitely on the proverbial doorstep. He's at the Niners 2-yard line, 2nd and goal. 30 seconds remaining with a timeout, full house backfield. Ed Barrow, what can we do here? Full house backfield, 2 tight end offense. Could he sneak this pass in? Here comes the inside run to Timmy Hightower. Timmy Hightower up the middle, touchdown! Timmy Hightower up the middle. And the Broncos have taken the lead in this SOMSFA title game. 35-31. What an unbelievable turn of events here in the 4th quarter. And with 15 seconds remaining, Kurt Retzlaff, 15 seconds from the SOMSFA championship. Unbelievable. Here comes a squib kick, and this is going to pick up 10. Let's pick up 10 yards. No, it looked like a straight-up kickoff. It sure was. Straight-up kickoff, and only 10 yards returned. So 8 seconds remaining for San Francisco. Ball at their 13. What an unbelievable game this has been, and a privilege to call it. I am so glad to be invited to call this game. I would have been blessed to be a spectator to see this, but to be able to call it, I'm honored. It was a terrific game with 2 terrific coaches, and this was exciting from minute to minute. No mistakes made in this game whatsoever by either coach. These are quality coaches, and this is the kind of game you would expect with 2 quality coaches and good people to boot on top of that. So, wow, just phenomenal. 35-31 Denver over San Francisco. So here comes a square out to Travis Benjamin. He is double teamed. The play picks up 11. Let's see who wound up getting that. That looks like Benjamin. It was a catch for 11 yards. So there's 1 second remaining. Ball at the 24, 76 yards away. Tyrod Taylor, what a performance for Tyrod Taylor. 21 of 34, 246 yards, and 4 touchdown passes, and he's one play away from watching this title game slip from their grasp. And here comes a bomb to Doug Baldwin. There's 2 in the zone. And that pass is going to fall incomplete, and the game is over. What a game. What a game. So the SOMSFA championship, the SOMSFA trophy, congratulations to Kurt Retzlaff, coach of the Denver Broncos, who are able to put 14 points on the board with 2 minutes remaining in the contest, comes back to defeat the San Francisco 49ers, who themselves were trailing 21-0 in this contest, and put 31 consecutive points. So needless to say, a game of runs. But Denver did not give up. A tremendous drive in the fourth quarter that included 2 fourth-down conversions, including one that was at their own 13-yard line. So it was a very delicate drive, to say the least, but some key passes, several of which were pressure passes that were dump-offs, including a couple to Tim Hightower, one that led to a touchdown. And then Tim Hightower, once again, the man of the hour, Tim Hightower, with 15 seconds to go in the game, plows in from 2 yards out, giving the Denver Broncos their first lead since late in the first quarter. So congratulations again to Kurt Retzlaff. An outstanding, outstanding game. So the Denver Broncos will take home the SOMSFA title game 35-31 over the San Francisco 49ers. So Denver 10-6. Finishing the regular season 10-6, just to get to this game, needed to defeat a 16-0 Seattle Seahawks club just for the right to play in this game. Needless to say, they earned it. But an outstanding performance, again, by both coaches. Flawless coaching on both sides. Very, very well done. And very much an enjoyable game. And I enjoyed bringing it to you. Let's just look at some stats here real quick before we go. I'm used to either Tom Cook or Dennis Crowley joining me here at some point. Dennis Crowley's on the road. He's in vacation, and yet I'm sure if he's anything like me, hopefully he's listening to this broadcast and I didn't butcher it too bad. But let's look at some statistics here real quick before we wrap this thing up. First of all, let's go to the quarterbacks. Andy Dalton, 18 of 31 for 185 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception for the winning Denver Broncos. For the San Francisco 49ers, Tyrod Taylor was outstanding, 21 of 35 for 246 yards, but 4 touchdowns, only 1 interception. The first quarter was all about Lamar Miller on his first play from scrimmage. He had an 80-yard touchdown run, and that was a sign of things to come, as he had several other big runs in that first quarter. He finished the game with 21 carries and 198 yards, along with that 80-yard touchdown run. But the unsung hero throughout this, Timmy Hightower, who knew? Lamar Miller had run out of carries, so Tim Hightower found himself on the field more often than not here in the fourth quarter, and he had a couple of big catches. Plus, he had a touchdown run that basically put the game away with 15 seconds remaining, a 2-yard plunge. Only 4 carries for 15 yards, but the 2-yard run meant more than any. For the San Francisco 49ers, again, the plow horse, Frank Gore, 23 carries for 120 yards. He also had 5 catches for 62 yards. Nothing much as far as receivers are concerned, but again, I point out Tim Hightower, 3 catches for 37 yards, including that 14-yard touchdown. Both of the touchdowns, in fact, were to running backs, as Rhett Ellison also hauled in a touchdown pass. Both of these teams like to use their backs. Bruce Miller with 5 catches. Again, Frank Gore with 5 catches. Travis Benjamin had a nice game, 6 catches for 71 yards. 2 touchdown catches for Frank Gore, another one to Doug Baldwin, and another to Rob Gronkowski, who only managed 2 catches for 17 yards. So again, to follow up with this, we'll just wrap it up here just momentarily, but we'll give you a little bit of insight on how this took place. San Francisco opened up with the ball, got the ball deep into Denver territory, but was forced to punt. And after an unsuccessful coffin kick, the ball was at the 20, and Lamar Miller took the first play from scrimmage and raced 80 yards for a score. On San Francisco's ensuing drive, Tyrod Taylor threw an interception on a flat pass. A couple plays later, Dalton found Rhett Ellison from 12 yards out to give Denver a 14-0 lead. And again, another stalled San Francisco drive and another successful Denver drive. This time, that's reserve running back Alfred Morris, who plunged in from 3 yards out. So 10-6 Denver found themselves up 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. And then the wheels fell off for Denver. San Francisco put together drive after drive after drive and did it methodically as well. On their first scoring drive, again, that's a Frank Gore 12-yard pass, but he was the star of that drive with plenty of solid runs. Another score just before the half. And again, that's a Doug Baldwin 8-yard pass from Tyrod Taylor, and that made it 21-14. Denver, in the second quarter, really wasn't able to sustain any sort of drive, and they weren't even able to kill the clock. In fact, they had to return the ball to Ed Barrow and his San Francisco 49ers, who was able to get some chunk yardage and found themselves in field goal range, and Dan Bailey came in and hit a 43-yard field goal. So Denver was up 21-17, but you could just feel the momentum slipping in this contest. And again, on their first drive, Denver once again 3 and out. San Francisco was not able to capitalize. They traded possessions. San Francisco put together another drive, this time with Rob Gronkowski, so with culminating in a 2-yard touchdown pass from Tyrod Taylor. So for the first time in the competition, with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, San Francisco had marched all the way back from 21-0 to take the lead 24-21. Again, another stalled drive for Denver, who just clearly was just not able to capitalize on Lamar Miller's runs. He was running dry pretty much in the second quarter, and Andy Dalton was not passing well at all. So every drive was basically a 3 and out or maybe a first down, but that was pretty much about it. It was really starting to get frustrating, I'm sure, for Retzlaff. So once again, he returns the ball back to San Francisco, and then San Francisco capitalized for their 5th consecutive score, culminating on another Frank Gore pass from Tyrod Taylor, giving the Niners a 31-21 lead. Denver was able to move the ball a little bit on their next drive, but had to punt. And at that point, it was do or die. They had to stop the Niners. The Denver Broncos were able to stop the Niners. However, the Niners had good field position, as I recall, at midfield after Denver's 3 and out. But San Francisco also put together a 3 and out, punted it deep. Denver did not panic. Steady drive down the field. As I recall, I believe they had about 8 minutes left to go on that drive and drove the length of the field and found the end zone. This time, again, Timmy Hightower in the contest as Lamar Miller was fatigued, and he had a number of appearances in the second half, and he caught a 13-yard touchdown pass from Andy Dalton. I believe – can't remember if that was a dump or if that was an actual intended pass. I can't quite remember. I seem to think that was a pressure pass. Regardless, 31-28. So that made it a contest at that point. But Denver only had 1 timeout remaining. So really, their only legitimate shot of winning this contest was through an onside kick, and wouldn't you know it, they converted. I read the report, and I'm not sure about its accuracy, but it looks like the kicker, Dan Carpenter, actually recovered. And still, though, they had the ball at midfield. They had to make their way downfield. And wouldn't you know it, not only did they find their way downfield, they were in field goal range in just a couple of plays. And they continued on that momentum, drove, had the ball inside the 10-yard line, and scored with a Timmy Hightower 2-yard run, clearly the unsung hero. No one would have thought that the last two scores would have been put together by Tim Hightower, but they were, and that's what matters. And so Kurt Retzlaff, staring a lot of momentum in the face, going clearly in the other direction, did not fail, did not falter, caught that break with the onside kick. But again, he coached excellently and put himself in that position to win. That's what you expect. And if the break falls your way, you take advantage of it. And clearly he did. So we're going to wrap this up. And that is your final score. And this was a privilege. I am not in this SOMSFA league, but I was privileged to be asked. And wow, I am just honored to have brought this game. This was wonderful. And I really appreciate the opportunity to bring it to you. So I want to congratulate both coaches. They are both class acts, too. I'm in leagues with both of them. They're both good people. And I'm really proud of the way both of these two coached. And I look forward to playing with them this fall in Autumn Wind. So let's congratulate Ed Barrow on his fine season, 13-3. And let's, again, congratulate Kurt Retzlaff, coach of the Denver Broncos, who finished the regular season 10-6. And they are hoisting the SOMSFA crown, trailing 31-21, scoring 14 points in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter to win the SOMSFA championship game 35-31. So congratulations to the Denver Broncos, 2017 SOMSFA champions. Again, this is Michael Reeves. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we will see you this fall. Take care.